Alright, so I want to make a video here talking about a topic that's been in the news a lot in the past few days following the Paris terrorist attacks. So a lot of people are, saying, oh, should we bring Syrian refugees into America? Should we? Well, is it worth it to take a chance if we don't know who these people are? If we're just going to say, okay, we're going to take in 10,000, 20,000 Syrian refugees, and we don't know who these people are, is it worth the risk to take in those people? I mean, what if, these people are ISIS and they launch an attack here in America? I mean, I don't think it's worth it, and it's actually come out that many of the refugees we've already let in have been arrested because they've been thought to be involved with ISIS. There was an article about that in the Daily Mail about how, these so-called refugees have been arrested for being involved with ISIS. So, I mean, there you go. It's already happening. ISIS is already infiltrating the refugees. And why would we, just say, okay, we're going to let in all these Syrian refugees when ISIS has come out and even admitted that they want to use the refugee wave to get into America and other countries to do terrorism. So, I mean, I think it's crazy to just say, okay, we're gonna let in all these Syrian refugees, because I think that I made a video saying open borders are a recipe for disaster, and I think that's true. I mean, if we could find a way to to know if these people are good, are not terrorists, I say okay, maybe let some in, but. And the only reason this is a big issue, the Syrian thing's a big issue, is because it's in the news. It's public. They did that ever since, I think they did like a story on 60 Minutes about it. And now it's this huge story. There's refugees all over the world. I mean, you go to any country in Africa, you're going to find probably a bunch of refugees. But nobody talks about like countries like Rwanda or countries like that, because it's not in the news. Because it doesn't fit into anybody's agenda. There's no economic benefit to going to war with Rwanda or sending troops into Rwanda. There's no news stories about it, so there's no there's no talk about that. So I mean, if we took in all these refugees, it's like, holy shit, we're gonna have, we're gonna be just taken over almost by all these refugees if we take in everybody. I mean, we have to stop worrying about other people. I mean, to a certain extent, yeah, we should worry about other people. But I mean, we got a lot of problems here in America. People are talking about, all these other refugees in other countries. Well, we have our own problems here. We have a ton of people who are unemployed, a ton of people who are poor. We have an infrastructure that's falling apart. We have a school system that's in the shit. I mean, we have a social security, welfare system that's in the shit. We have a lot of things that are in the shit here in America. The veterans aren't getting treated. I mean, we have a lot of shitty things to worry about here in America, but yet, it's all about the Syrian refugees. I mean, we have to, worry about our own people. We have to get our own shit figured out before we try to fix other people's shit. I mean, there's so many problems in America or in the world with people, not having things, not having shelter, not having, basic survival needs. We can't fix everything. We can't. And we're taking a risk here by, saying, oh, come in, Syrian refugees, come in. When that's what happened in Paris, though. They let in the refugees and then they attacked because ISIS got in with this refugee wave. So, I mean, it's definitely a problem and concern, these refugees. But why is it like this in the first place? People are, bring them in, bring them in. Well, let's realize how this happened. Let's realize why Syria's a shithole in the first place so it doesn't happen again. It happened because we funded ISIS. And Rand Paul says this, we funded ISIS. We gave them the weapons. We gave, it's like common knowledge. I mean, you look at a story last year, U.S. gives trucks, Toyota trucks to, so-called moderate Syrian rebels, and then ISIS has them. Then we find ISIS is just rolling around in a bunch of trucks a year later. They're rolling around in a bunch of Humvees. I mean, they got American weapons. They got American supplies. So, I mean, it's just totally ridiculous. It's, you know, nobody will talk about that, will they? No, they won't. It's all about, oh, take them in, take them in. Well, they don't talk about why they're so bad off in the first place. So, I mean, the only thing people can talk about is, you know, bringing in Syrian refugees. And if you don't want to bring them in, if you actually care about the safety of this nation, oh, you're anti-immigrant and you're racist. You know, that's what they're saying about Donald Trump and other people. So, I mean, we cannot just say, okay, open borders, whoever can come here, get in. No, we have to have a system to make sure that people coming in are not terrorists and bad people. And even if they're not bad people, I mean, what are they just going to come here and sit around, get on welfare and do nothing? You know, it's like once they get here, what are they going to do? Are they going to benefit this country, or are they just going to sit on their asses all day? You know, again, if they're skilled workers, if they're going to do something to better society, then all right. But if they're bad people and they're not going to do anything, it's like, what's the point? Again, we have to worry about our own country before we worry about other people. We should do what's in the best interest for America, as opposed to what's in the best interest for, you know, other people. You know, and again, if it's going to help us and if it's going to help them, bring them in, all right. But I mean, it's like we're taking a risk here by bringing in all these people. So there you go, people. Just wanted to talk about the Syrian thing for a little bit there. So there you go, people. There's my thoughts on that.